What's good, my huggers and kissers? Today's gonna be a little bit of a chill video, saying just gonna, the conversation between me and you. We are like a kin, if you will. Before we get started, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and give your thoughts on this topic at hand. I know this is a very taboo topic, or if you want to say egregious topic, okay? So we're just gonna talk about the job market, or if you want to say the economy at hand. Right now, economically, Trump has just imposed tariffs on every single country you could possibly imagine. We're talking Canada, China, New Mexico. Now, Mexico actually stopped their retaliatory tariffs on the United States. And this basis is in some way endearing of, okay, we are looking for long-term growth as an economy, but right now it is about to get so detrimentally immense in financial fortitude, where people are going to be searching for every single ounce of desperation, find hope. I was just watching TikTok, scrolling on TikTok, and I seen a video of a bunch of people. This is a bunch of people. Like you go on TikTok, you look at Gen Z, and you're looking at tons and tons of people having very, very bad problems with the job market. I have a TikTok I seen of a guy wanting to become a pilot. Black guy, seemed pretty cool, pretty chill. And this guy was actually racially profiled in the city of Nebraska. The lady deemed him not necessary enough to fly a plane and therefore rejected him. Unfortunate. Okay. Another lady, beautiful young black lady. She was also denied. And her situation is kind of the crux of what I'm getting at is a lot of jobs, a lot of job fillings, or what you want to say, ghost jobs, which is what they really are, is for companies to put out these awnings to pretend as if they are truly booming in business and looking for applicants. And when you fill out the application, you then come to realize and succumb that, wait, this application is false and it's read by an AI. Yeah. So you have an AI doing the work that is going to then replace the person later on in the future of an application that they don't even want to read, right? So the AI is reading all of these applications and trying to figure out the best possible applicant it possibly can. And in this lady's situation, which was actually insane, is that she had 3 years of experience and she still didn't get the job. Dude, this lady was overqualified. She had overqualifications to fit this description, and she still is not able to get the job. Wow. Okay. So I think something that is not talked about a lot, okay? And I can understand where the feminist movement comes in and talks about why people are losing their brains about the wealth inequality disparity. And it's because, whether we like it or not, men in America have created a huge disparity in wealth. I think we all know this, okay? And I think that it does not go without mention that if you create this problem and then take out the same problem on the people at hand, you are basically using that as a manipulative tactic to control the entire populace, okay? So a lot of things that I've been seeing on TikTok as well is that Gen Z, okay, they're going on strike. There was a lady who literally took off a month, no notice. She said, I'm taking a month off. I'm not coming back. If I come back and I'm still employed, fine. But if I'm not coming back, or if I come back and I'm not employed, I'm gone. Yep, literally happened. So when you have many reoccurring themes of people searching for jobs, not being able to really get any results, okay, some people filling out hundreds of applications. You're talking about some people started in I seen like the lady I was talking about, she started in October and she's still searching for a job. It's been 4 months, or like whenever she posted the video, she said it was 4 months. Okay, so we're talking about hundreds of applications of people searching and looking, right? So something that I think is not said enough is that the time in between human and machine taking over is, you're talking about a 5 to 15 year little window peak. Yep, you got that little window right there. And those 5 to 15 years, so either whether Trump serves 3 terms or not, this is the window to possibly build the biggest brand you possibly can, or build your business as fast as you possibly can, because after that, you may not be able to, or at least maybe harder. Or maybe AI makes it even easier. Who knows? But in the crux of that harsh window, it is going to be a deteriorated, absolute battleground for those looking to search for a better life. When we look at all of the ideas that are speculating, you're talking about AI, autonomous robots, quantum computing, large language models, huge AI infrastructures like Stargate. These systems in place are built to, and large database centers are built to be the crux and ground, the breeding ground for an sustained economy. Now, unfortunately, to build these things, this takes an immense amount of time. We're talking about a prolonged, significant, most absolute, detrimental, absolutely overbearing depression of our most precious commodity being stripped away from our lives for the greater good of humanity. It's been said over time and time and time again, tariff after tariff after tariff after tariff, that, oh, the tariffs are going to be good and we'll just be chilling and it'll be fine. The companies, the other countries will just pay for it, ignoring that the companies will then have to pass it on to the consumer. Now wait, hear me out. Tariffs are beautiful. Not only are they beautiful, but they're all complicated. You see, the cost and the taxation of the imported good does pass on to the consumer. But you see, as a long-term establishment of the economy, it actually is a good plan. The only problem is that $80,000 car is only going to go down to like 60,000 under an established economy. You see, because the imported good loses its initial leverage of time, right? We're talking about like almost a time decay, of which the initial inflation was going to rise the price, but now there's going to be an exponential increase, okay? And then for it to come down, it's only going to come down slightly significant compared to making the ends meet of the company's levy taxation. So if you don't have a relief of quarterly earnings, if that's either via UBI, well, now you have a system that is effectively deteriorating the bottom half, which is what do we call that system? The IRS, okay, which needs to be abolished. It now is going to rob them even more and then bring it to the higher echelon individual, okay, which you would hope would pass it back down. But that's just not how they work. You know why? Because they're psycho and they're stingy. So this absolute masterminded plan is a depopulation agenda to kill the lower bottom of the barrel echelon, your 25%, 24%, or whatever. And so with this being all said, Gen Z losing their minds over not being able to get a job is honestly understandable. It sucks. The job market is terrible. You have an AI reading your prompt. You could be the most overqualified. You could be a literal astrophysicist. You could know all types of crazy mathematics. You could literally be the smartest nurse of all time, the greatest pilot to ever exist. But if they're, you know, you're a little too melanin, or you don't dress that well, you don't smell that well, you don't have the greatest attire, or maybe you just didn't get the great RNG of spawning in or looking into a job that isn't read by an AI. Okay. In-person interviews are even astonishingly even harder to get. You have a lot of almost misrepresented or misrepresented advertisements telling the youth that, dude, all you gotta do, okay, look, dude, all you gotta do is just go to college for 4 years and then search for jobs and you'll be fine. You can get your 401k, okay? You can pay off that mortgage. Yeah, but see, what is not vocalized is that the entire thing is debt. The entire thing is debt. You get a car, great, you're 4 figures into debt. You get a house, 30 your mortgage. The entire system is debt. Now, debt is also capital, if you can levy it, right? But you know what we're also going to do? Keep them really retarded. We're going to have a system called the Department of Education. And what we're not going to do is initialize financial education. Why would we put in a system to teach them about the thing that they're trying to earn? Oh, no, these idiots. What are they doing? Do they think that we're going to give them financial education? Yeah, we're not doing that. What we're going to do is put them into this direction and don't tell them to go over here where the real sauce is. So Trump has abolished the Department of Education. And I would hope that if he redoes the Department of Education, there is a mandatory financial class, mandatory physical education, mandatory nutrition and health hope class, mandatory financial institution class. It's mandatory. Mandatory. But if that is not the case, we're fucked. Because if we keep them even more stupid, there's no way they could ever be smart enough to understand this, right? So the financial crisis that Gen Z is having, unfortunately and indubitably, is inevitable. And despite the efforts to try to solve it, the solvulent is just, what do they say? Ontological. It's over, bro. It's over, bro. Gen Z, it's over. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's over. Okay. As much as it would be great for society to truly have a deeper understanding of where Gen Z comes from, unfortunately, it is inevitable and therefore clinically inept. The epitome in which we once had, which was the regressed nature of the economy, is now too far gone. What I say is, to any surviving bystanders, I think the best way is to just start your own brand. You see, because once AI initially squeezes itself in, what it is, it's like we're like this. It's like this is us. We're just the air in this ontological area, and AI is coming in to fist us, right? It's trying to fist us, okay? It's trying to like fist its way in and squeeze itself in. And once you get squeezed out, if you don't have, your own space, you're cooked. So start your own space. Start up your own YouTube channel. Start up your own TikTok. We're also trying to get rid of TikTok. I think the final bit of TikTok is today or something. Start up your own company, brand. Start it now, right now. If you haven't done it, do it right now. Because that's all the future is going to hold. Now, this does, okay, while this does actually impact people initially, I think that the initial impact is going to be really bad. It's going to be really bad. Some people are going to get snuffed out. It just is what it is. But the long-term effects actually will pay out in our favor, because what will happen is the infrastructure will then be able to will withhold everyone's like failings, right? So like jobs that would take, a ton of people is only going to be reduced down to like a few people, and AI or autonomous robots would take over that. Now, obviously, like it's basically like, like those factory jobs where like you have those things going by and there's like a human like doing the thing of like the factory thing that's going by. And it's like basically it's like you replace that human, right? And then you replace with robot. But in that time in between, it took for the robot to replace a human, that little time in which the trolley kept going, all those things that didn't get replaced, that's the era we're in. We're not getting stamped up and going through the system properly, processed properly stage. So systematically, I think that it'll be good, because what'll happen is it'll allow for that human to have a breath. So for us, we'll have that breath of fresh air to where we'll be able to create things. We'll be able to make our own brands without having the crooks of like needing people, right? You have your robot to do it, or you have your AI to do it, and it'll be more common, right? Because if you have a ton of robots, it won't have to be like you have to pay for a ton of these things, right? This will just be normal everyday source items. Now this obviously take a while, right? And then once we get that set, which I think what we should start out first is autonomous cars. I think that's like the quickest thing, right? The quicker the autonomous cars are, the quicker you are to transport these things. So what'll happen is it'll become illegal to drive. So any Gen Zer who's like a drone and is like doesn't know that, like doesn't know how to drive, doesn't know how to read, or is like a drone, right? Because the kids are becoming a lot stupider and the IQ is going down lower because the need for education is becoming lower because your brain is like being outsourced to computers, which are just way smarter than you. And it's understandable, because why would you even want to do the work if you have a computer that does the work for you? It's work smarter, not harder, right? Which is that smarter? I don't know. I mean, it's all in between, right? But right now, since these systems are in place, I understand where Gen Z is coming from, where it's a hard not life. It's a hard not life for Gen Z out here, and the system in place is basically trying to fix itself. I think it's trying to fix itself, but in itself fixing itself, it's gonna hurt, right? It's like if you were like an old crooked man, right? And you gotta go to the chiropractor. You just gotta crack that back. You gotta fat that back. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we're in a bit of a juxtaposed position. And any standing bystanders who are looking to start or looking to find prosperity, I say to just focus on yourself, fix yourself, try to figure out your own, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're just you'll never get off the corporate plantation if you don't try to figure out a system in place. You know what I'm saying? The systems with all of that being said, okay, the main opposition is yourself. The main key factors I say is more so just consistency, passion, right? Because as I've gone through, because I've been doing content for a while, right? As I've gone through it, I've noticed like the less consistent I am, the more I get punished, in a sense of the effort or the reimbursement is not the same. I can't believe I just brain farted on that word. And so the job market it's terrible, it's bad. It's all a bunch of fake advertisements and scams and ads, and they're all not real. A lot of them suck. And then once you get the job, that meme, it's like being unemployed and being employed. It's like basically the same thing. It's trash, right? So it's really just having that hope, seeking some sort of faith and looking for a brighter future, because I do think that the future is bright. I don't think that the days will always be dark and that it'll just be horrible for the next, trillion, 30, whatever, next few decades. I think that there is a brighter future ahead. It is going to get bad before it gets better. And that's my whole on the situation, but that's just me. So if you did enjoy this video, please comment down below your opinions on the situation. Are you having bad problems with the job market? I know a lot of people are. And with that being said, I will see you guys when you're older. Peace.